What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So with under a week until San Diego's Comic-Con, it has been rumored that there's going to be gameplay. Then you have the whole different side of the internet that was like, well, you guys are just douchebags, there's going to be no gameplay, etc, etc. Well, now it has been confirmed that there will indeed be gameplay being shown at this event, but it seems like this may be some bad news, and I'm going to tell you guys in a second. Now, if you are like me and you're not attending this event, okay, it might suck for us. It might suck for us a lot, because the gameplay, first and foremost, if you're attending Comic-Con, is only going to be shown to Hall H attendees only. If you guys don't know what Hall H is, like myself, apparently it is the biggest and hardest panel to get into at Comic-Con. You get people that basically line up all night just to get some type of seat inside the event. Now, whilst there hasn't been any announcement about whether or not there would be like a live stream for the event, usually we get something that comes out after the panel, whether that would be the live stream itself, or of course whether that would be the pre-recorded footage that they potentially then showcase at whatever event it will be. I'm assuming that's typically how it's going to work. Now, other rumors do say that you will not be able to see it unless you're basically there, so no stream, no pre-recorded footage, etc. But then again, these don't have enough valid facts to make that statement true at all. Now, a lot of people are saying that this will probably just be the same thing we saw at E3 2019, but to be completely honest with you guys, I don't think it will be. And if it is, I mean, that would be a big disappointment, and what would be even worse is if you're one of those guys standing in a massive queue only to see the same thing that you saw a couple months ago. That is the guy you definitely do not want to be. Now, the good news is, we have one trustworthy warrior still standing. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back a dude on Reddit mentioned how he has attended all the Comic Cons for like X amount of years, and of course that he will be going to this one. Now, he did say that he promises to give us his honest review on what he will see. Now, whether or not this guy is actually going to see gameplay, we don't know. If he does, which I'm hoping he has access to this Hall H sort of situation, then we're going to hopefully be in for a very, very good little review. Now, whether or not gameplay will be leaked at this event, which is more likely to happen than, for example, E3, even though it happened, whether or not it will be terrible quality like that the last goddamn leak at E3, nobody knows. That leak was absolutely horrific. I mean, it was literally a white screen. You guys are probably more than likely seeing it by now. All I could basically see was fire and Thor's freaking cape. That's basically the most I could see in that video, and the crazy part of it was it got judged like hell. I mean, it took the #1 spot on the most criticized games of 2019 so far. Definitely 100% stamped, okay? That is a fact, and it's crazy because, like I said, we didn't really see anything. Now, what's getting a little bit wild though is the internet in general. Now, a lot of people are super annoyed after this announcement was made about the Hall H situation. As people do, they over-speculate on things, and then false rumors get involved, etc, etc. But the most thing that I have basically seen, and I guess that hits the nail on the head to some extent, is that currently right now it seems to have been a marketing disaster. Now, someone did reply to these comments saying that the game doesn't come out until next summer, so in that case, the marketing is actually fine. But then someone gave an example that, look, hey, Cyberpunk, right, comes out a month before this game does, and we saw gameplay 10 months ago for it, and it's basically taking that #1 spot on already becoming the biggest games of next year, and going off the basis that the Avengers game, going off the basis of Spider-Man PS4, and now this kind of taking it to a new level, is also going up to that #1 spot. It's hard to say because we haven't seen anything, and I get that. Of course, E3 2019 was super quick. Just done, dusted, no one was really too sure what we saw besides the trailer, but we saw something, and then we of course had the interviews after that, which then we were able to gather, you know, some relevant information from, etc, etc. But right now, I think moving forward, whatever we see at San Diego's Comic-Con basically has to be on point. It has to be something new, and it has to be something that is just going to fire the internet up in a good way. Now, I'm hoping that the Avengers team aren't really feeling like too shy to show too much of the game due to the previous criticism, I guess, but that'd be crazy. They already know that there's a massive audience for this already, and all of us are waiting on the sideline for this. Now, in the last video, we was talking about the Hulk mode, okay? And that was an idea suggested by one of you guys in the comments of another video. Now, today we have some more ideas on things that could be absolutely key to this game in terms of making it one of the best out there. Now, as always, if you guys have an idea for the game or something you want to see, by all means drop it in the comment section below. Typically the ones that get the most thumbs up are the ones that then get showcased. So like I said, we have the whole idea of Hulk mode, which was basically, to give you guys a recap, where you are Hulk and you have to either destroy X amount of things, or you are not Hulk and you're a weaker character and you have to basically, you know, tackle Hulk. It was kind of like working in a two-way type of cycle thing, and a lot of people really loved the idea of that. Now, I saw another comment which you guys see on screen in the video that says, I want to play as Bruce and then transform to the Hulk. Now, these could be crazy things, okay, but I've always said, for example, if you look, I don't know, in Spider-Man PS4, where you essentially, you know, play as Miles Morales and you become Spider-Man, that'd be great if you could do that in free roam. So if there was an option in this game, somewhere in the story where you're just playing as Bruce, but you have that ability to just push a button and transform to Hulk, that would be absolutely mental. Definitely a key feature. How realistic is that in terms of happening? I don't know. If I had to probably put on a scale of 1 to 10, probably going to say 3 or 4. But that's not to say that it isn't something that would be implemented, and I think it would be absolutely ridiculously fun. Now, we also saw another one from Rocket and Groot that says stuff I want. Unlock new tech, different / customization options for Captain America's shields, MCU suits. The key thing here was maps. We have a huge list, as you guys can see. We got Atlan, Wakanda, Latveria, Asgard, Savage Lands, New York, Xander, Watchers, Observatory, the list goes on. We got Titan as well, the MCU version, that would be crazy. The list seriously goes on this one, and it's safe to say that this is probably a realistic thing, because we already know there's going to be multiple worlds in the game. I'm assuming ones is just, well, what I'm hoping is there's going to be one massive one, and then the little mini ones. So if that's the case, out of these maps, I don't know what guys you would want essentially to be that main map, but it's safe to say that this list is very interesting, and they did say new regions will be added in the game, so the chances of all of these happening are very realistic. Now, we have a last idea, which was something that I really did like the idea of, because when it comes down to combat, especially in games like this, it's very key. From what we saw in the gameplay, when you see Captain America, the way he lifts up the guy and slams him down, even though you're not playing the game, you can kind of get that feel on how Captain America plays. Like, he seems like a much more heavier character with heavy takedowns, well, I guess compared to Hulk, right? You got Hulk that's just going to completely annihilate that level, but in terms of playing as Captain America, you can kind of feel that heaviness. Now, this comment says, I want dual team takedowns, brackets, or multi-team, like in Batman, so you feel like you're just working with a team and not switching back and forth. So I think this would be great. This is an idea that if the Avengers team haven't implemented into the game, should probably look into working around something very similar to this, because combat in any open world game is very key, and it's going to be, you know, the main core of the gameplay. You can't have a great looking game, great maps, etc., but poor combat. It just simply won't be fun. Whether or not we're going to add that sort of brutality to some extent, no one actually knows, again, because we haven't seen everything. So that is what I'm hoping we do get to see at San Diego's Comic-Con. Like I said, it's this Thursday, so I don't know how many days off the top of my head, but we're not long at all, okay? We are definitely not long, and at least it has been confirmed that there will be gameplay being shown. Now, again, don't listen to rumors that you hear that if you're going to be going to that event, it's going to be, you know, you being the only person you're going to be seeing there. Let's be realistic, that would be awful marketing. What's probably going to happen is, yes, it's going to be exclusive to that event, but then they're going to release a pre-recorded live stream, well, should I say footage, and then of course a live stream that it was taking place at that event. Hopefully it gets streamed. If it did, that'd be great, but we know in terms of the advertising they're doing for this game simply for this event as well is massive. So with the whole marketing disaster, it's very minimal. I can see where people were going, but at the same time, I think right now, take into consideration we didn't get a trailer till 2 years ago. We saw very quick stuff at E3 2019, and I feel like now with this event, it's probably a time for everything to be a bit more mellow and them to just sit back and have a whole lot more time on their hands to showcase. And then again, naturally we get interviews after that, etc, etc. But you guys get in the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts are on all of the stuff we mentioned in the video. But that being said, that is going to wrap up this one here. So subscribe if you haven't already for more awesome content. If you missed the previous video, we was talking about the sad multiplayer mode, of course the Hulk mode, and a few more other ideas as well, so check that one out. But guys, I will see you in the next one. Until then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.